the nation's capital of Washington, D.C., and nearby Maryland were home to numerous networks of the Underground Railroad. Maryland was the birthplace of its most prominent conductor, Araminta Ross, or Minty, who was born into slavery in 1822 and grew up in the woods and wetlands of Dorchester County. She later took her mother's first name and her husband's last name, becoming who we know as Harriet Tubman.
Harriet Tubman works outside and alone. She has a very important understanding of the land, the landscape, direction, geography. She can negotiate the land.
Harriet Tubman led over 70 people to freedom through the wooded areas of the northeastern United States from 1850 to 1860. Archaeologist Julie Shablitsky thinks the survival skills to do it were learned here in Maryland at the home of Tubman's father, Ben Ross.
This is a place where Harriet Tubman was born, on this property somewhere. Sometimes we wonder, is it the spot right here at Ben Ross's cabin? It could be.
Harriet was a child of enslaved parents who were forced to live apart from each other. As a child, Tubman lived with her mother, Harriet Green, and as a teenager, moved in with her father, Ben Ross, working with him and being hired out for jobs in the area, including the timber forests and docks near Chesapeake Bay.
Ben Ross, because he worked in the timbered area here, he would have taught her how to navigate through those wooded areas, how to navigate through swamps and wetlands, what it would have been like, how to live off, if you will, the fat of the land. And all those sorts of skills helped Harriet Tubman become the hero she is today.
Yet proving this was Tubman's home in her younger years is taking continued investigative work. Julie discovered the deed showing this location was owned by the same man who held Tubman's father in bondage.
It's on a piece of property that was over 1,000 acres owned by Anthony Thompson.
Julie also found Thompson's will, freeing Ben Ross after Thompson's death in 1836, and granting Ross the use of a cabin and 10 acres of land. But his wife, Harriet Red Green, remained in bondage.
Ben Ross had 9 children. He was married here. We know that Rit, her mother, worked in the household where the person who enslaved her, Anthony Thompson, lived.
Money made from the land willed to Ross allowed him to eventually buy his wife's freedom, but his children remained enslaved. 3 were sold south, and Harriet escaped enslavement in 1849. Then, in 1854, Tubman would lead all but one of her remaining siblings to freedom. Julie Shablitsky believes the skills Tubman learned here are what made these escapes possible. But the paper trail alone doesn't confirm this was the home of Tubman's father, so Julie is searching for artifacts which she thinks will prove that the Ross' home once stood here.
We don't know the exact size, but we do know it was made of wood. This is a metal fastener, probably a cut nail, and it would have fastened lumber together, nails, bricks, and of course things like window glass. So it's undeniable that we do have a home because it has all sorts of artifacts associated with them living here.
But one item carries special significance for Julie.
We have Lady Liberty, ironically found while searching for a place of an enslaved person. And you can see that it also says 1808, which is an important year because it's a year that Ben Ross and Rit Green were married, and they're the parents of Harriet Tubman.
It may have also served as a beacon of hope for Harriet's parents, because Tubman's father also secretly assisted people to freedom.
But initially, they didn't suspect Ben because Ben was trusted by the white community. So how could he ever be involved in this? But he was.
Ben Ross was implicated in a famous 1857 group escape of 2 women and 6 men, most of whom made it to Canada.
So when he was under suspicion in the 1850s, he decided to flee with Harriet using the Underground Railroad.
In 1857, Tubman guided her parents to safety in Ontario, Canada, one of her final rescue missions. And now, through the discovery of artifacts that helped tie Harriet Tubman and her father to this land, the secret history of the Underground Railroad's greatest hero is becoming much clearer.